Hello, good to see you all again. Therapist Mwende here, your advocate, your mental health advocate for adolescents and youth. So, let's talk about why I'm passionate about adolescents and youth mental health. Yeah, why I am passionate about adolescents and youth mental health. Well, I draw my passion from seeing how young people are struggling in silence with issues like stress, anxiety, and identity challenges. Yeah. I believe in creating a space where there will be no stigma in as far as mental health issues are concerned, a place where youths can come, speak out loud and seek help and support, a place where they will not feel judged, but they will feel supported. Yeah, a place where they can be nurtured emotionally. Yeah, I also draw my passion from from two theorists. Yeah, from two theorists who are Sigmund Freud and Erik Erikson. These two gentlemen painted a picture on how a person's identity and social development grows throughout their entire life through different stages. Yeah, they came up with different stages. Like Sigmund Freud came up with five psychosexual stages, where adolescence begins at the fifth stage, where adolescents and youths are more focused in creating romantic relationship and emotional connection. Yeah, apart from education, they also want to engage in other relationships that are fulfilling, where they can trust each other, where they can trust members of the opposite society, right? On the other end, Erik Erikson came up with 8 stages of psychosocial development, detailing how a person's identity and social development occurs throughout his or her entire life. He highlighted that adolescence begins at the fifth stage, where we get the stage of identity versus role confusion. At this stage, from the age of 12 years, to the age of 18, a youth or an adolescent is more focused with who they are, who they are in terms of the society's expectations, beliefs, goals, values. They really want to know who they are in terms of what the society has made them to believe they are. Like, for example, if I'm a girl or a lady, the society expects me to be more calm, more nurturing, while for a man or a male is expected to be more assertive and provide for the family, protect the family, while I just care, nurturing, just being there, all floral, just the feminine energy. And while the male are expected to be all masculine. So the youths or adolescents at this particular stage are trying to see themselves through the eyes of their family's expectation, beliefs, goals, aspirations, or by large, the society's beliefs, values, and goals. Or they're trying to chart their way forward, looking for who they really are, and chart their own beliefs, values, and goals. So a success negotiation of this particular stage leads to a person who has a strong identity. They are able to know who they are and what their responsibilities are in as much as their gender is concerned, and or by large the society's expectations and values. Lack of negotiating this stage well, or unsuccessful negotiation of this stage, leads to a person acquiring senses of hopelessness, low self-esteem, and the rest. Fearful, they are not quite sure who they are. The sixth stage, according to Erik Erikson, is the young adult stage, where we get the intimacy versus isolation, where the young adults are trying to build relationships, the long-lasting relationship, which at times go up to until marriage. They are determined to build a trust and a strong romantic relationship with members of the opposite sex. A success negotiation of this stage leads to creation of strong sexual or social relationships. Long lasting. They are able to create emotional connection with their fellow youths, especially members of the opposite sex. Unsuccessful negotiation of this stage will lead to someone feeling isolated, feelings of loneliness. And we said an adolescent or a young person who is well nurtured mentally, mental health, who is well supported or well taken care of, will lead a productive life. He or she will be more resilient, confident, and will go about life normally. So it's a call to all of us to embrace mental health awareness, to spread the good news that mental health well-being is important, because when we are well nurtured mentally, emotionally, we lead a protective life, especially the adolescents and young adults. And you know what? When a youth is nurtured well emotionally, you are able to prevent more serious mental health diseases like depression, anxiety later in life. So no health without mental health. Your therapist here, adolescents and youth mental health.